So I understand that you started in 2019. You're one of the newer locker companies to the market, especially competing in Europe, where you have
Mhm.
some massive, billion-dollar players now in the space. Do you think there's opportunity for other locker companies to come in, and what's been the key to your success with your phenomenal growth?
Yeah, so there's a lot of legacy solutions, as we call them. They're a little bit, in our case, too rigid for the current market needs. But there's one thing about this industry. Usually, you need a large density of lockers for the locker network to make sense. And if you want to have a large density, it means you need to have a big capital investment into lockers to make that. So to trust someone a big capital investment, and this is tens of millions, you need your company needs to be super credible. It's kind of an infrastructure building. It's really the project management what you go into this sales process. So I see a big barrier of new companies getting this credibility, for the big companies to actually trust them to build their infrastructure. So this is something that we were also struggling initially, um, to kind of fight that. We were just making as many small projects as we could. We were also very happy to be supported by so-called last mile experts who were actually also investor in our company, and they were part of many or majority of large locker deployments in the past. They consist of former C-level executives at Amazon, UPS, and DPD. So that really kind of increased our credibility as a solution and as a player. So if you don't have credibility, it's very hard to get large project, and it's very hard to survive long term if you don't get large projects. One thing we also realized with the small deployments, it's kind of the same amount of work as it is with a large deployment. So I think it's kind of that makes it very hard for new players. But that being said, again, we've been last year in a trade show, Post and Parcel. I think it's the biggest trade show in the world that consists of lockers. And I mean, there's been a lot of players, I could say 20, and there's 10 new ones every year, but there's also 10 that's not there anymore. So I guess there's kind of circulation of a bit smaller players. But to stick in this industry, I think it's very hard just for that credibility that I mentioned.